is the most pumped up, pointless nonsense I have ever seen or heard of anybody, let alone this punk. All right. Ivan 5. Here we go again, kids. Live from the Crescent Moon Temple. It's the morning show with your host, Tolinar. It's time to play the music, switch all of the camera on. It's time for the morning show and I'm going it alone. Let's quickly check the chat room. There is nobody home. It's time for the morning show and I guess I'm on my own. Cue stage lights. The host, the guest, the audience. It's what I'm supposed to be. There's no one even watching. This all depends on me. And that's nothing unusual. It's just another day. I'm sure I can get through it all if I do it my own way. Double check Twitch integration. All systems good to go. One last quick mic inspection. We're fine for audio. Pick a topic of conversation. Something I ought to know. What do we do when we discard knowledge? Is that something that we should do regularly? Food processing, make some sauerkraut. I'm not too sure. Don't switch the lights out. Host, the guest, the audience. It's what I've got to be. There's no one even out there. This all depends on me. And that's nothing unusual. It's just another day. If I want to make my life great, I've got to do it my own way. The host, the guest, the audience, it's what I've got to be. There's nobody else out there. This all depends on me. And that's nothing unusual. It's just another day. If I want to make my life great, I've got to do it my own way. Let's try that again. Today on the morning show, we discuss discarding knowledge. My. Why would you ever? Cat's meowing. I got a good feeling. Connectivity rate says we're at 25% drop frames. Today's morning show is brought to you by the letter O. And the number 7. And by viewers like me. Because, brother, I'm it. Where is my tea? I thought it was over here. No, I've lost all track of it. No. Where is my tea? Oh, it's around here. Having listened to the Budapest Symphony Orchestra performing Stardew Valley every single morning for a very long time, I have decided that the recent Story of Seasons Symphony for Stardew Valley was an amateur farce. Completely uncoordinated. The flutes in the first part were especially disturbing. What the hell is synchrony? Come on, are you an ensemble or not? Hear me rant. I'm also upset at some dude called Reed, who is very disappointed that I'm not view-botting. Well, nuts to you, and nuts to you too. I ain't botting what? Okay. The bot's making a racket. I only put that there because it's necessary to do the thing for the thing. My chat room depends on that bot. Well, we're having connectivity issues. Don't whip your tail at me, cat. I don't want to see that. You're one bad mama jamma. Get out of the road. No. You already got it. You already ate. You even had the good stuff. You had the goodly goods, the extra good. You had the thoroughly good stuff. Yeah. Like it doesn't count. I have a third stomach and a fourth. No way. No way. Alright, let me find that decanter. Give me a minute to set up the tea. It's sad, but I'm out of my loose leaf Earl Grey. So I am down to using tea bags, which is embarrassing and disappointing. Cat's tail whipping. Don't whip me. I whip my tail back and forth. I whip my tail back and forth. Claw that up. Go ahead. I ain't gonna stop you. Cat scratcher. Yeah. There we go. Growling Jewel. Full load of boiled water. I can add just enough to keep that from boiling off. I have to get some more water cooking soon. Speaking of the Budapest Symphony Orchestra, here now is Kentaro Sato and the Budapest Symphony Orchestra performing the soundtrack to my life, Stardew Valley. They sound good. They good. They have nice tight synchrony, no instrumentation problems, no timing problems, no balance problems. None of them have been smoking so much weed they can't play their instruments in straight line. Oh, let's transition. Okay. Oh. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd, and we are discussing discarding knowledge. There we are. Beauty. Why would anybody discard the knowledge? That's the good stuff, isn't it? We're losing frames like it's the Titanic. Well, yeah. I have a sad mode. I don't exist to the various internet groups. I don't have a sad times. 63,000 VTubers, and I'm not listed. Do you know what heliocentricity means? Got any guesses? Heliocentricity is the idea of the sun is the center of the universe. It is what we would call defunct knowledge. The idea that the sun is the center of the universe is useful for realizing possibilities. The planets orbiting around, for instance. In a heliocentric environment, we can correctly assume the planet's motion. But other things don't make sense, like the position and rotation of the stars. Now, here's the real thing. Before there was terracentric, which was that the Earth was at the middle. That really made no sense. We currently do not know where the center of the universe lies. Our best guesses are not very good, unfortunately. Unfortunately. When information is no longer relevant to existence, what does it mean for the rest of us? Let me see here. Get myself around here, switch to my manager. Says we should be 15 minutes in. We're actually talking about stuff today as opposed to yesterday where basically I tried to talk about racism for the wall. Anyways. When information is replaced by something more accurate and more useful, the previous knowledge is removed from circulation. It's one of the only times where discarding knowledge is fairly justified. If you discover something more accurate than what you knew before, then yeah, why not let go of things like that? There aren't a whole lot of people who think we live in a heliocentric system anymore. Mostly young children and really staunch old people who will not be convinced otherwise. Flat earthers are something similar. What they believe is a self-contrived answer. They have decided to disregard the wisdom of humanity, finding it lacking. And rather than discover answers on their own, simply assume that the lowest hanging fruit was correct. Whatever one person says is right is close enough. That's what we're going to go with. And the result is what you see. I'm sleepy. In my opinion, flat earthers have difficulty communicating their thoughts. They have difficulty proving their points. And their theses don't hold up to scrutiny. Not to mention, reality is constantly contradicting them. This suggests something is incorrect with the fundamental idea. It's almost like as if you believed that all of life was lived on a giant Cheeto. Well, there's various pieces of information to suggest that's not true. The world believes very firmly that truth is flexible, because different people can have different ideas of what is true. What it comes down to is that different perspectives encounter different relative truths. A principle that seems impossible when you start down the slippery slope of logic, believing firmly that each piece of information correctly links with every other piece of information, with no outliers and no contradictions. But the universe is not cohesive, unfortunately. Learning about specific things can give you insight that can make what appears to be the correct answer look very foolish and short-sighted. And the worst part about life is that it's constantly wheeling past the vanishing point. As life spools quickly through the horizon and off into the distance, into the past, where it can no longer be accessed. History is a supposition, an idea of what once was, based on memory. Now, for what was just done, what was just said, those memory crystals are only a couple of minutes old. And it's very easy to say, well, here's what happened, there's what happened, but that's not the case. Errors happen. Watch the movie Knives Out, where she can't remember when what the guy said to do, how to do what thing. Cat digging in the box. It's still pretty early. I'm getting adjusted to the 7 a.m. morning show, but I'm still pretty snoozy. I climbed back into bed, honestly. And I'm yakking it up over here, sort of snoozing. Here's Cat, thinking it's gonna get in on it. What do you want to say, kitty? Cat has noticed the microphone and shuts up. What? What? What do you want to say? You're just gonna get over here and snooze on me. Well, I'm okay with that. When someone discovers a right answer that they wish didn't exist, when someone finds a piece of information that contradicts everything they believe, when someone uncovers a truth that they didn't want to know, they can discard the knowledge from time to time. A rare human action. When you just don't want to think about a possibility. The cat is immobilizing me. He's like, I'm just gonna get in here. I'm just gonna get in here. It's a good cat. It's a good cat. Oh, very fine. You're one of the finest, aren't you? You are a very good cat. Yes, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Some of the most principal information that can be incorrect is assuming what other people think, feel, or want. The more you are guessing at an unknown of the inside of another person's mind, the more likely you are to be absolutely batshit incorrect. Cat's like, maybe if I reposition, I'll get petted some more. Now it's pushing on me. Come on, boy. Ain't you got more loving than this? No, it's cold. I'm snoozing. Get on it yourself, kitty. Well, Cat's like, please. Okay, here you go. Being stingy with a cat, that just means you're a bad person. Cats don't want anything except affection. It's not angling for my credit card numbers. It doesn't want to play the latest Call of Duty with me. It's not interested in a lot of things. It just wants the lovin's. It just wants the lovin's. Like, you give me in there, baby. Oh yeah. Want get that attention. Some schools are more rigorous and more precise than others, like mathematics. So information replacement doesn't happen too much to mathematics. And people don't end up deceived, distorting their own viewpoints to a delusion state very often. So discarding information only really happens in terms of removing pointless calculation. Like the number 19. What's that got to do with anything nowadays? Nothing. Until it gains pertinence again, it's just a random number. Just noise in the machine. Just some static. 19. The cat just wants to snooze. I am on board with this cat-based idea. Being an old man, I'm okay with snoozing. Oh, I fell asleep for a moment. We're okay here. The cat is doing a very good job, but I'm gonna have to get the cat off of me so I can wake up. Maybe. That might be necessary, or maybe I'll just take a little nap now. I think the cat is right. I think the cat has declared a nap time. So we're gonna take a snooze. Ooh. The mic tumbled off over there. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, I encourage you to imagine that I'm talking about something very entertaining and detailed while I snore. The mass discarding of information represents technological and philosophical revolution. People's perspectives changing in a large number. You probably cooked spaghetti before in your life. You remember exactly how much salt goes in the water? You remember how to make a red sauce from scratch? You probably looked it up once. How is your memory? Perhaps there's a language someone you lived with before spoke it and you learned fragments of that language. But you don't need to know it now. time frame over a long span slowly adjusts, condensing and contracting to perspective. 12 minutes of a person thinking about the flow of the universe is different from 12 minutes listening to silence. Something like a plunge? My busy sleeping mind is freewheeling to idea after idea while I sit silently with the microphone on. Hmm. 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 Thresholds for information. When information antiquates and is no longer valuable, it fades out of existence. Just one catch. We failed to learn from our prior mistakes. We are doomed to repeat them again in the future. Mm. Oh, we've looped. I gotta cut stream. Oh, wait, cat.